Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before I start this video, I just want to go ahead and talk about something very, very important, okay? And so, with that being said, I'm going to pinpoint the double standard of the Western society, especially. Now, I live in the West. And living in the West as a Muslim, everything starts to make a lot of sense to you. The double standard, especially, right? And one of the examples that I can give is when it comes to women. Women is a really, really great example. Why? Because when you compare the women in the West and you compare them to women outside of the West, you start to see two completely different way of life, of living. But for some odd reason, West seems to pick one side of the living to be far more extreme than the other side. And so I'm gonna go ahead and react to a video. Now, this video is 47 minutes long. I'm not gonna react to all of them. My viewership hasn't really reached that far yet, and so I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible. But the parts that I'm gonna react to, I will try to give as much information as I possibly can. And so with that being said, let's get it and let's find out exactly why, when it comes to female women rights, the West has such a high double standard. The video that I'm gonna be reacting to is, you guys all know who this girl is. It's a documentary of how she slept with 100 men. 100. I'll repeat that again. 100 men. This is the Western society for you, ladies and gentlemen. You see, they like to bash the Muslim about how extreme they are. They want to make sure that the women's are covered up. They want to make sure that the women don't go to work or get high education and yada and yada 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 and so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to getting education for women, by all means, knock yourself out. If the woman wants to go to school. If she wants to get a job, get a job. But just understand that it comes at a price. And what's the price? Females are, okay, they prefer men that are above them. That's a fact. Now, if you don't believe me, just look around you. You really think that a woman is gonna go to school, come out of school, start making $100,000 a year, and she's gonna get married to a man who's only making $50,000 a year? So that's what I'm saying. Female education, I'm not against it. If you want to educate women, go ahead. But the women should understand that it comes with a price. What's the price? Your dating pool is gonna shrink dramatically. And a really prime example of that is when it comes to OnlyFans. They make millions. Not only do men don't want them for their body, they don't want the man because the man is making less than them. Let's go ahead and watch a short clip.
I'm Lily Pillette, and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
The world of adult entertainment is $1 billion business.
I'm sorry to keep, to stop it right away. By the way, if you see my previous video, I talk a lot about this. The people who bash Islam, the way these people make their money, it goes against Islam. If Islam wins, there goes their way of life. The corn industry is $1 billion industry. Islam is against that. If the majority of the population wakes up and find out that Islam was right all along and decide to turn away from corn, the people who are bashing Islam, they would lose billions. That's only one example. There's many more that I can give, but again, I want to keep this video as short as possible and give as much information as I possibly can.
I'm over here. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Is it a shoes off house, a shoes on house?
Shoes on, honestly, I've got a dog, like, it's a total mess. Do you want a glass of water?
I would love a glass
Honestly.
of water.
Homeboy is asking if shoes on. She's about to have jizz all over the floor, and the one thing you're worried about is whether or not if I should wear my shoes or not. Really?
I mean, even like.
Could I have a tea? As a word, like, so is that the right like terminology? I'm a YouTuber, so I'm a bit red-faced and new to this world. But what is the like?
People call me anything. Star, escort, OnlyFans girl, anything really. I don't really care. It's not like a bother to me. You know, I don't drink tea.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No, so this is probably going to taste like shit because I don't really know how to make it, but just good for one thing.
I mean, let's be honest for a second, man. See how she has prioritized one thing over another, and what's that? It's money. She has prioritized making money over actually what makes a female a high value female. And what's a really great example of that is if she doesn't know how to cook. If she don't know how to cook, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of men out there are not going to want to date you or marry you. Me as a man, if I don't know how to cook, so be it. That is not my main priority. I mean, men knowing how to cook is also good, you know what I mean? But the man who brings in the bread, the man who has a good job, has a higher value. Even if he doesn't know how to cook, he can still get himself a good woman. If the woman doesn't have a job, the man doesn't care. If she doesn't know how to cook, the man cares.
Thing me, honestly.
Having been involved in the world of YouTube content creation for 10 years, I've witnessed some extreme measures taken in order to achieve online fame, as well as taking some extreme measures of my own. But none quite as extreme as the stunt I came across which inspired this documentary. Lily Phillips, a 23-year-old OnlyFans star living in London who describes herself as an English was planning on hosting an event where she would sleep with 100 of her fans in a single day.
How did you get into doing this for a career?
Well, I started when I was at university. Very, very tame stuff. Hand bras, underwear, things like that.
When she was in a university. I mean, let's be honest, man. Like, God, my God, dude. Let's keep going.
Because I was at university, I was like, I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being a anyway?
Like, it was just being a at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
But I feel like I know of a lot of girls who have done that at university but then haven't gone on to become OnlyFans stars.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I just was like already very, not proud, like very just okay with doing that. Like, I've just always had quite like a sexual nature.
Yeah.
I just thought I might just make like a couple £100, can get a few rounds of drinks in, stuff like that. Just helps me out a little bit while I'm at university.
Sure.
I didn't think it would turn into like my whole career. But I think as soon as I started on the platform, I kind of realised, I guess, how much money you can make and also just how much I loved it. I was just like, why am I doing a whole degree? Last week I was like 23 guys all at once, and like some people would be like, you're insane, like I would have to be paid to do that. And I'm like, no, that's just fun to me.
Would you call yourself a businesswoman?
I don't know about that. People would give me a bit of stick if I said I was a businesswoman, but I guess definitely business-minded.
I would call you a businesswoman.
Thanks. A lot more people would use the word just, I guess.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I literally, I've never really cared what.
See, this is the problem right here with especially men, bro. We do not like to call it for what it is. We just don't. You will see a female completely ruin her entire life. And what do we respond with? Oh, you're so strong. Oh, you're so educated. Oh, you are a model. You do you, girl. We support you. That's, first of all, when you're trying to help somebody better their lives, you don't encourage them when you know what they're doing is going to completely destroy their entire life. I'm going to tell you right now, she's going to have a miserable life. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah, she may bring in a bunch of money. She may rack up thousands and millions of dollars. But so what? You got your legs spread on the internet. You've let over 100 men just dump themselves in you. I don't want to use any more very, graphic word, but you get what I'm saying, right? her entire life is completely destroyed. And you know what's even more effed up than that? It's the fact that the mother is allowing it to happen. You would think the mother has more experience in life and she would understand that the woman's chastity is the most important thing in her life, and as long as she keeps that, her value is gonna stay up there. Rather, what does she do? She encourages her daughter to go and open her leg for over 100 men. Currently, she's having a blast. But when this whole fiasco is over and the heat has died down and she starts to feel lonely, she's gonna look for a man. No man is gonna want her because of her past. No man that she's gonna want because they make less than her. So in either category, she is screwed. Even if she ends up finding the men that's making more than her, what is the chance that he will stick around if he has millions in his account and he can get a girl who has now opened up her leg to over 100 men? I mean, literally, think about it. In every angle you bring it together, she is screwed in all of them. The only thing that she's gonna have is money. That's it. And then maybe some cat just to keep herself busy for the time being. But either way, she's screwed. Anyway, man, if you want to go ahead and watch the entire documentary for yourself, by all means, knock yourself out. 47-minute long. I wanted to keep it as short as possible because if I watched the 47-minute, I would turn this whole entire documentary into a 3-hour talk show. And with that being said, please, ladies, make a good decision. When you were born, you already born at a high value. What is that? It's your chastity. If you keep that until you're married, your value is going to be up there. As men, we are born at low value and we have to work to increase our value. Women, you're already up there, which is why when people go to yacht party, you see a lot of beautiful women. You don't really see a lot of men out there who are broke. It's mostly the women who are broke who go to a yacht party. Why? Because your value is already up there. And so your chastity is the most important thing that you have to keep secure. I can keep going on and on. I'm just going to stop it right there, man. Like I said, if you want to go watch the whole entire documentary for yourself, there's the title. I know I'm a little late to the party and many YouTubers has made videos about it, but all in all, I wanted to give my perspectives so that way you can get an understanding of where I come from. I'll see you guys later.